Hey everyone and welcome to Immortal Realm. In today's video, we will be talking about top 10 action manhwa with an overpowered main character. I know most of you guys are carving for action manhwas with overpowered MCs, so this video is for you. On number 10, we have Player who returned 10,000 years later. One day out of the blue, he falls into hell. All he has with him is his desire to live and predatory powers. From the 1000th health to the 9000, he has devoured tens and hundreds of thousands of demons, and even the 7 archdukes bow down to him. Why do you wish to go back, your highness? You have everything at hell in your command. But our main character says that there is nothing to eat nor enjoy here. Hell is just boring. After all, it is a desolate land full of terrible monsters. I'll return. Saying so, our main character returns to Earth after 10,000 long years. Well, you all know when there is a return type manhwa, our main character is going to be super overpowered, and yes, he is. So make sure to read it. Number 9 on our list is Demon in MOUND. It's also a new manhwa and has more than 12 chapters. So you can bookmark it and wait for the new chapters, or you can read it now. The Murim's public enemy, the slaughterer demon monarch, Yom Si-ek. It's been 100 years since he was trapped in Manhwa after being captured by the sword god, Hanho. He waited for all these years for his chance to seek revenge. The long period of time caused this incident to be forgotten by the world, and eventually even the Yom Si-ek was forgotten. But, sir, what is your name? A coincidental meeting and the name of an archenemy that he said unwittingly. At the end of a vain journey, an unexpected path branches out. At the start of this manhwa, this might get a bit boring, but don't drop this manhwa. At least you read 7 to 8 chapters because it gets more and more interesting as you keep reading. The artwork of this manhwa is very similar to Fist Demon of Manhwa. Number 8 on our list is King of the Mound. It's a shonen, slice of life and sports manhwa, but it is really good. And another more surprising factor is that this manhwa is from the author of Kill the Hero. Through a combination of numerous injuries, a weak frame and financial difficulties, the protagonist Lee Jin-young gave up on his path to being a baseball athlete and lived as a factory employee instead. One day, the spirit of Kim Jin-ho, the baseball hero who was hailed as a legend in Korea, as well as Lee Jin-young's idol who passed away 10 years ago, appeared before him. At the same time, an unknown notice appeared, stating that the baseball manager would start. And Lee Jin-young gained an ability that gave him the constitution of a pitcher, similar to a game avatar. Now this manhwa has something unique, and yes, that is sports system. Well, we had not read any of these kinds of manhwas in which the main character gets a sports system, but this would be a new one. Number 7 on our list is Heavenly Swords Grand Saga. There are people in the world that think that they are chosen by the heavens. It's been decades since chaos and strife among heroes ensured because of those people. A certain disciple who has 6 masters has been entrusted with the fate of the central plains. If you guys are heavens, then I am the sword that will pierce the heavens. That was what he had resolved to do. No one mentioned he was a fatty though. In any case, now that he is here, he will need to save the world. Well, first, he needs to lose some weight because a fat hero doesn't look good in the frame. That's what he believes. It's an interesting comedy reincarnation action manhwa, so make sure to read it. Number 6 on our list is Chronicles of the Martial God's Return. The ultimate martial divine demon, Dan Woo-hyun, was sealed up because he was too strong for the world to handle. After a millennium passed by, he was released from his seal and felt like everything was meaningless as he wandered the back alleys. Just as he fell down because he was sick of the world, a small hand appeared in front of him. "What is this?" asked Dan Hyun. "A dumpling," came a reply. This was the first time in his life that someone had been nice to him without any impure intentions, and that changed his fate. This is the chronicles of a martial god who traversed through 1,000 years of time and space. Well, in this manhwa, you will see our main character, a DT like powerhouse, protecting a small child. It's a very good Murim manhwa. Number 5 on our list is legendary youngest son of the Marquis house. I came here with only the goal of revenge. I overthrew the Tulkan Empire, a single nation that dominated the continent. I always had succeeded in gaining victory. I had accomplished all I needed to and was satisfied. That is why I accepted my approaching death. I no longer had a reason to live, and so my heart stopped beating. I definitely felt it stop. However, what in the world happened? It is not black magic and it doesn't seem like illusion either. A boy with a short black hair was reflected in the mirror. I looked exactly like when I was 14, which was 20 years ago. A young boy who has not lost his baby fat yet patted his cheeks and murmured, "How is this possible? I had returned to the time filled with my regrets." Well, after hearing to the summary of this manhwa, you already know that our main character has transmigrated, or you can say reincarnated into his past version. We have an overpowered badass main character. Number 4 on our list is Barbarian Quest. This manhwa is a masterpiece. The Sky Mountain Range was a resting place for souls, and the living were not allowed to cross it. Everyone believed it as such. You will become a great warrior, Urich, the strongest warrior of the Boulder Axe tribe. Urich accomplished what others in his tribe could not and went beyond the Sky Mountain range. What he saw beyond those mountains was different clothing being worn, different languages being spoken, and unfamiliar people in the iron-clad armor. This is the story of an uncharted world and the one who faces it. The art of this manhwa is very beautiful and the fight scenes are also portrayed perfectly. The main character is overpowered as well as he is also unaware about the world. This manhwa has a lot of fighting, so any of those hardcore action lovers would definitely love this manhwa. Number 3 on our list is The Newbie is Too Strong. Jeju, which means skill in Korean, grew up without parents in an orphanage skillfully. Just like his name suggests, one day he heard that the orphanage was having a hard time and would have to close in 3 years. While trying to raise money for the orphanage, Jeju got an alert on his phone. On it, he saw a video of himself climbing the tower as a broadcasting jockey, aka streamer. 7 years ago, a tower suddenly appeared and randomly took people into it. If you successfully complete the tower and become an awakened, it is only a matter of time before you get rich. And so, the main character starts his journey. Well, you might be thinking that our main character is overpowered from the start, but there is a surprise and you will know after reading this manhwa. Number 2 on our list is Reaper of the Drifting Moon, also known as Grim Reaper's Floating Moon. It is one of the best manhwas that released this year. This is an assassin genre manhwa. Our main character is in the deepest part of Jianghu. Keep your eyes wide open if you do not wish to get dragged into the abyss. Kidnapped children raised for 7 years in darkness for a single assassination mission that goes awry. This manhwa focuses more on the survival and dark side. It explores how a person becomes a tool in order to pursue his own ambitions, and whether this ambition is motivated by revenge or freedom after being deprived of it. In short, this is a very deep, dark, and amazing manhwa, so make sure to read it. On number 1, we have The Bully in Charge. Well, for me, I love school life action manhwas the most. That's why I kept this manhwa as number 1. After dropping out of school, Kwon Daegun is preparing for his qualification exam while working as a part-time job in a convenience store. He got into a fight with some thugs. Daegun, who easily overpowered them, is offered a project called Agent in Charge, which means Bully in Charge, by the Educational Foundation, which has been closely watching him for a long time. He, who accepted the offer after much consideration, enters a high school that belongs to the foundation and defeats the core bullies of the school one by one according to the order of the foundation. He has to keep all those bullies in charge and maintain peace in the school. Will he be able to do it? Our main character is the definition of being a badass. If you love mercenary enrollment, then you should definitely read this. That's all for today's video and I hope you liked it. I'm sorry because I was not available for the past 3 weeks because I was very busy, but I will make sure to be regular and recommend you manhwas. Have a very beautiful day.